Hey guys, today's video will not be about what I ate. I might still do that at the end of the day, but I'm actually going to be uploading this video in the morning so that as I get ready to travel to my parents' house for the weekend, I don't have to really worry about not following through with my goal to blog every day for the next 365 days. So, what I really want to talk about is the divide that seems to be, it's not even a divide. We'll start with this. Within the fat community, there's a lot of stuff going on. And if you don't know that there's a community of fat people who are fighting for the rights not to lose their jobs because they're heavy or whatever, I'm alerting you to the fact that that exists. And that weight discrimination is one of the last kinds of discrimination that's still totally okay in the world. People feel like it's completely within their boundaries to walk up to strangers and give their opinions, and it's completely not necessary. You don't know why another person could be fat. You don't know whether they want to be fat or whether they've been trying for the past 5 years to lose weight, and it's just rough. So, now within that community, there's definitely, it was a major, awesome part of my life. When I was like 18 years old, I was very much, I don't want to say self-loathing. I had a lot of self-esteem when it came to my intellect and when it came to who I am as a person and whether I'm a good friend or a good daughter or a good girlfriend and things like that. But I definitely didn't necessarily view myself positively physically. I've been overweight since I was about 10 years old. The onset of the weight gain really came with a major family crisis when I was young. My grandmother took me in when I was about 6 years old. She died when I was 10. And I've been struggling ever since. And it's most of the time, I mean, it wasn't like I was trying before I was an adult. I did some like half-assed stuff when I was a teenager. I'm going to say that when I was in college, I really did sort of devote myself to it, but it wasn't in a good way. I took diet pills. I didn't eat. I used to over-exercise while drinking every night. That was later on when I was closer to 21. I'm going to say that of all the places, on a weird little alt porn website in the forums, I started talking to other fat women about being fat positive. And it was a really life-changing thing for me to look at yourself and say, you know what, I'm okay the way that I am and I don't need to change for anybody other than myself, was a little, it was mind-blowing. And it was definitely a major part of my life. This is why on my blog I really promote body positivity and discussing things like that in a positive manner. Now, on the flip side of that, obviously, this is a vlog, and I do a blog about weight loss. So, I am interested in changing my physical. And I told you in the first video that most of the reason why I want to change my physical has more to do with my fears that have to go along with my family. My adopted mom was... She is super important to me. Mother's Day just passed, and that's why I'm going home this weekend to go visit her, especially with what happened with my biological mom last year. I started losing weight in 2011, and it was right after I went home for the first time in a long time, and she was in a wheelchair, and she had had a hip replacement, and there were complications. And it just was, I mean, it's not to say that these complications can't happen in regular people, but it's just like sometimes like basic stuff is exacerbated when you're overweight. And it's not so much now. Like now I'm about to, go jog / run in a 5K. Now my friends come over and we play my dance games for hours. Now I am on my feet all day at work for hours on end. And yeah, sometimes, my ankles hurt after work for being on my feet all the time. But for the most part, I can do this now. I'm 25 years old and my body has definitely been conditioned to handle the weight. I do have a foot issue that nothing I can do but lose weight to remove the pressure on my heels, or, potentially get some painful steroid shots in the heels of my feet. So I'm going to not do the needles in my heels right now, and I'm going to go with the weight loss thing. So really, wow. So really, the issue here is that I want to lose weight mainly because of the future. I am worried of what the weight that I hold now will mean on bones that are 30, 40, 50 years old. It's fine now because I know I can do it, but I don't know if I'll be able to in the future. And I don't want something like a car crash or a regular medical procedure that doesn't hurt people to keep me from, for the two of them together to keep me from doing what I want in life. That's really the main reason. I'm a little bit vain, I'm not gonna lie. I've always wondered what it'd be like to be thinner. That's really it. So I've come across a lot of friction when I discuss, weight loss in the plus community. And I understand it because everywhere you go, there's all this nonsense. There's all these different ways you should try and lose weight. And every way is the perfect way and it's 100% going to work. And it's such a lie because the weight loss industry is $1 billion industry. And the bulk of the people involved in it care nothing about fat people. I'm not going to say, there's researchers at the hospital that I work at who are really trying to find a fix for people who are plus size. And that's totally understandable because for some people, this is a health issue. But I'm going to be honest. Some of those pills that they sell to you in GNC that you're supposed to lose weight with and stuff is bull. It is crap. It is literally 4 different herbs that you can buy on your own and put into some pills. People are lying to you. So I understand. Everywhere you go, there's an ad for something on every channel all day long, in every magazine, on billboards. You go to work and everybody at work is talking about losing weight and you're just like, man, I'm cool with how I am. Leave me alone. Because for years I was like that too. I'm cool with how I am. Leave me alone. And funny enough, during that time period was the time period that I had zero problem in the dating department. So that's funny. When I was unapologetically large and myself and super happy, I couldn't stop getting requests for dates from strangers. To be honest, that hasn't stopped since. But I haven't really changed my perspective in terms of how I feel about myself. So I understand why there's that pushback. But I also understand that within a safe space, which a lot of these, Facebook groups and other places on the internet, other plus women want to learn about a safe way to lose weight. A way that, you're not losing, 15, 20 pounds in a month. By starving your body and not giving yourself the proper nutrients. So it's definitely borderline. And it sucks. Completely and totally. It sucks when you have lost weight or you are doing awesome or you are doing the best you can and somebody who doesn't understand your situation and doesn't understand who you are or why you are the way you are says you're not doing enough. I just said I wouldn't curse on this channel, but I will for this 1 second, which is fuck you, dude. You don't know my life. You are not my doctors. You are not my family. You are not my boyfriend. You are not me. You don't know what's going on inside my body that could be the reason why I'm fat. And this is something that needs to stop. If you are someone who is thin and you ever think to tell a fat person what they should do and they haven't asked you what they should do, just don't say anything. Opinion not wanted. So the big deal with my and really what I want to discuss today, now that I've gone the whole gamut of things that I've been talking about, is that I really wish that with some of my fat activist friends I could discuss these things, because being a fatty and a food addict and a weight loss, I'm not gonna call myself a guru, but a weight loss enthusiast don't seem to always go together. And I feel like I'm this like mess of chaotic, like hypocrisy, and it's all in me because I don't feel bad about myself. I do not loathe myself. Yes, I know I have a big stomach and I have fat arms and other things, but like they don't bring me shame. I don't feel shame for being the way that I am. I know that my main motivation is health related, and I love myself at the end of the day. And I hope people can understand that you can feel both ways. So even if I one day reach my goal weight and I'm, a size 10 to 12, I'm still going to say the same thing that I'm going to say right now, which is everybody has the right, everybody has the right to do whatever they want with their bodies, and it doesn't matter. Your opinion doesn't matter about somebody else's body. Like, that's really the general consensus here. I happen to be one of those radical feminists that thinks that whatever a woman chooses to do with her body is okay because it's her right to do whatever she wants. And if you want to bleach your hair and draw on your eyebrows, or you want to get surgery on some part of your body and join the porn industry, right on, do your thing, girl. Do you want, I support everybody's right to unapologetically do whatever they want as long as it makes them happy and as long as it is not harming any other people. And I don't want to hear any of this nonsense about, ooh, we're going to have to pay for fat people's health care, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, fat people are going to be paying for their own health care. You're complaining about your taxes going towards whatever, but you know what? We pay taxes too. And my taxes went to a lot of things that I didn't want in the world. I didn't want to go to Iraq for the war. I've been working since I was 15 years old. So my taxes since I was 15 years old went to a war in a country we weren't supposed to be in. I'd love to have that tax money back so that it could go to my healthcare. But that's not really how this country works. We don't get to choose where the money goes. And so healthcare is where we're going in this country, and you're just going to have to stop whining and complaining about that. So I support all bodies, and I think that body acceptance is not conditional. We accept all bodies and all lifestyles, and no one is better than anybody else. And no matter what size I am and no matter where I go in this life, I am going to hold on to that fact, and I'm going to fight for that. So that's how I felt about all this stuff. This is a much longer video than I'm used to. I'm probably going to have to run it through iMovie and compress it a little so YouTube doesn't freak it out. But otherwise, thanks for listening. This is my Friday video to just say hey on Tumblr. And I might check in Friday night. I don't know. Depends. I might be doing something with my people. So, bye guys.